So yeah, it sounds like it comes down to the personal drive, the motivation, like which actually Oaks FC, they had a conference a while back, and a gentleman spoke. Um, Forgive me, I don't remember his name, but I think he was the assistant coach for the North Korean team during the World Cup for the men's. He's not a coach there at Oaks FC. He just came to speak at a conference, and I'm curious what your reaction is to this. So he said to all these coaches, who do you think is going to really help that player reach their ultimate goal? And then a few coaches, gave their responses, and then he said, "It's the player." Like, you go to a field and you see coaches, myself back in the day, especially, raising their voice, yelling, screaming, and it's like, for what? Like, if the player doesn't want to do what they need to do at this level to be successful, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't force them. You shouldn't force them.
Yeah, I
So
mean, if it gets,
yeah. So I guess, again, I wasn't the coach I am today when I was coaching you, but if I could go back in time, Bryan, I think knowing the drive that you have and had at that age, having a coach be able to recognize that and then to help mentor you probably would have been helpful. Would you agree with that?
yeah, I mean, going back, yeah, for sure. I mean, I would, for me now, in my younger self, if I knew all the things that I knew, I mean, I would have, I would have gone to go play somewhere else, like, somewhere like, no disrespect to like any of the coaches, they were all great or
Hmm.
anything, but I mean, it would have just been better for my future, I
Hmm.
would have gone to an academy or something like that, and instead of staying, you know,
Hmm.
and I'm sure that would have helped a little. But,
You kind of touched on something there. So, at what point in time should a player leave their current environment for a new challenge?
um,
Because that's a pretty deep question. Because, let's say you started at this club and then you're there for, let's just call it 4 years. You're going to make
mhm,
friends, your parents make friends, maybe your coach and you have a good relationship. And yeah, you've had some success, but maybe you look around and you look at the motivation and drive of others, which should not be the factor for you, but like you're just also asking yourself, like, is this environment going to like push me to the next level?
um, definitely once you start seeing the other players that I'm like, start seeing the other players that aren't as motivated as you. I mean, you don't want to surround yourself with players that don't want to keep working or don't want to do this because if you surround yourself with them, you're just gonna want to do what they're doing as well.
Hmm.
Whether if you surround yourself with great players and players who want to get better, you're not gonna be the one screwing around and them working hard. You're gonna want to do the same thing they're doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as soon as that, I mean,
So
you
do you
start seeing
remember a
that,
point in time that you kind of felt that way, and then but you stayed instead?
yeah, I mean, I think I left too late for sure.
What age did you leave
But
from like one club to the next? Because I know you were at one club for a long period of time, and then you kind of, I think you left, what, the last 2 years?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the last 2 years and probably the best decision I ever made. And I mean,
Mm.